Hello, my name is Kelly Cundiff, and this podcast is intended to introduce some items that I believe could enhance the current print collection in the school where I work. I would like to start by saying that from 2011 until 2013, the school and the media center underwent a massive renovation. As a result, we have a beautiful and inviting place for the students to enjoy. There are 45 computers that are spread around the perimeter of the media center and are always available for student use. We also have 4 databases available to our students and an up-to-date and very informative media center website. So, electronically, our students have access to pretty much anything they need. It is the print collection I have focused on when looking for items to improve the current collection. We have some high academic standards with a lot of students achieving at high levels. However, we also have some struggling students that may find the library intimidating. My goal was to select some titles that met the needs of both ends of the spectrum. For the bibliographies, I chose Image Makers, a bibliography of American presidential campaign biographies. This was written by William Miles. It is an alphabetical list of biographies written about United States presidents. Now, unfortunately, this is only complete up until 1994. However, the multi-volume set is a very easy one to search in its alphabetical format and the index in the back with some interesting information included. The second bibliography I chose was Great Books for High School Kids, A Teacher's Guide to Books That Can Change Teens' Lives by Rick Ayers. It is an annotated list of hundreds of books covering many different topics. It covers fiction, nonfiction, and poetry titles. This book was written by educators based on what has worked well in their classrooms in the past. I liked that this book was not only listed in alphabetical order, but it also categorized books under different headings for when they might be appropriate to read. Next, I chose Popular Series Fiction for Middle School and Teen Readers, a reading and selection guide. This is by Rebecca Thomas and Catherine Barr. This is a collection of fiction titles for girls, boys, and reluctant readers. It could serve as an advisory guide for teachers as well as a collection development tool for librarians. It provides information about setting, plot, characters for popular fiction series, and is written for teachers and librarians more than necessarily a book for students to use on their own. However, it's great for recommending titles for students based on what they have already read and liked. The titles included are of interest to a wide variety of readers and cover a wide variety of content. For the almanacs, I chose the Middle East Almanac, U.S. Military Action in the Region, 1979 to present by John Fredrickson. I chose this because I feel like the Middle East conflicts and terrorism are such a hot topic today, and this book provides a thorough background of information on the war on terror and the people and leaders that have played important roles along the way. It gives a chronological list of the conflicts and events and an alphabetical list of the people that have played key roles in the history. Next, I chose the World Almanac and Book of Facts for 2015 by Sarah Jansen. This book has thousands of facts from 2014, covers everything from pop culture to politics to scientific discoveries. There are plenty of pictures and short, easy-to-read paragraphs for quick fact-finding. The pictures and the to-the-point paragraph style makes this book appealing for all readers. Next, I chose the National Geographic Complete Survival Manual. This is by Michael Sweeney. This is a handbook that covers basic survival needs. It discusses different types of environments and the things you might need to know to survive if you were going camping or if by chance you were to find yourself stranded by accident. It gives tips for ways to build shelter, ways to provide necessary first aid, and ways to identify what might be safe to eat. It is organized by chapters of different environment types. It even has a section on how to survive natural disasters if you were not in the safety of your home. The next handbook I chose was How to Be a High School Superstar, a Revolutionary Plan to Get into College by Standing Out by Cal Newport. This book is written with the ambitious high schooler in mind, which definitely meets our student body's needs. It gives suggestions and strategies for de-stressing high school life while still remaining competitive when it comes to college admissions. This book is broken down into 3 laws for becoming a superstar, but each law gives some specific information about how decluttering and de-stressing your life to pursue true interest and passions actually makes you more interesting to a college than being involved in everything. The next handbook I chose was Undecided: Navigating Life and Learning After High School by Genevieve Morgan. I liked this one because for those students that are not our top performing students, making the decision of what to do after high school could be a huge and difficult decision to make. This book provides information about the different options available to high school graduates and helps students start to plan and prepare for whichever path they may choose. This book has been reviewed positively by the School Library Journal as a way to provide substantial and quality advice for all students. The book is laid out by possible paths such as military, vocational training, and continued education, and it provides areas for journaling and brainstorming to help students make the tough decision. For biographical references, I chose Girls Think of Everything: Stories of Ingenious Inventions by Women by Catherine Temesh. This is a biographical reference of stories of how women throughout history have invented things to help make their daily life easier. Some of the inventions mentioned are space helmets and disposable diapers, to name a few. And there are pictures of the women and their inventions throughout the book. This is stated to be for middle grades. However, I think it could be a valuable addition to the collection as it could be of interest to some of the struggling female readers. For the second biographical reference, I chose Close Encounters of the Fatal Kind: Suspicious Deaths, Mysterious Murders, and Bizarre Disappearances in UFO History by Nick Redfern. This covers different encounters of unexplained deaths and disappearances and their connections with supernatural activity in UFOs. There are biographical references to many government documents, police reports, interviews, and other reference sources throughout. This is suggested for grades 6 and up, and it could be of interest for some of the struggling readers in the school. Next, for dictionaries, I chose Facts on File: Student's Dictionary of the American English by Cynthia Barnhart. This dictionary has 90,000 entries written in student-friendly language with middle and high schoolers in mind. It is written in concise, easy-to-read language with sample sentences provided for each entry. For the second dictionary, I chose 100 Words Every High School Graduate Should Know by Hannah Shonthal. The book contains 100 fully defined entries of some of the more complicated vocabulary words students and adults might encounter. The words selected are not in your average teen's vocabulary, but practice with these words could help further academic careers and improve standardized test scores. With so many of our students trying to compete academically, this is something that they would find of interest. For encyclopedias, I chose the Berkshire Encyclopedia of World History by William McNeill. It's a 6-volume set and it covers world history by comparing cultures, discussing trade patterns, and giving background information on things that have played a significant role in making the world what it is today. Next, I chose World Book Encyclopedia of the Nations by Timothy Gall. It covers 194 countries in the United Nations, discussing everything from the physical layout of each country to the social and economic climate in each country. It's a 5-volume set with charts and graphs and an index that make it visually appealing and easy to search for information. I also like that the countries are arranged both geographically by region and alphabetically by region. Finally, for geographical references, I chose Geography of the World by Simon Adams and Anita Ganeri. This book contains maps of every country broken down by region, and alongside with text boxes that provide important information about each country, such as population, climate, social, and economic information. The additional images, photographs, charts, and simple text boxes make this book eye-catching and easy to search for specific facts. And the National Geographic Kids Student Atlas of the World, 4th edition, by the National Geographic Kids staff, is a nice atlas that contains many different types of maps as well as charts and graphs that provide interesting information about each region. I like this one because it introduces general map reading, gives helpful companion digital resources as well.